Hello, I hope you're all well and I hope you're all staying safe. I haven't filmed anything in a while, but I thought I'd film something today. I thought I'd sit down and film like myself doing a summary, effortless makeup thing, all the words, all the summary words. To be honest, I haven't really been wearing a ton of makeup since lockdown. Just because I don't really see the point in it, because I have to put on a mask and I feel like it rubs off onto my mask if I put on foundation, and I sweat really easily. It steams up my whole face and I feel like it just all melts. But I figured I have some time today. I'm gonna go to the park later and just like tan for a bit. So yeah, I figured I just film something today, even though it's probably gonna melt off really soon. It's actually pretty nice out today, but I think it's gonna be pretty humid. That's what it's been like in Boston for the past week or so. That's July in Boston, so I'm not gonna complain because our summers are very, very short. Let's get the makeup on, if I even remember how to do makeup. I don't even wear a ton of makeup, like even pre-lockdown, but now I just really don't wear it. Even on like my work phone calls. I'm lucky enough to be working from home during this whole thing, but if I'm home, I don't want to wear makeup because I like to be in my sweatpants, and I feel like I'm always touching my face if I'm at home, so I don't want to rub it all off. I feel like for me, if I'm at home, I'm just not going to wear makeup, so I forget sometimes and I just start touching things and messing things up. I already did my skincare. I have sunscreen on. I am going to use this Milk Makeup Sunshine Skin Tint. This also has SPF. It's SPF 30. I'm going to use the color Honey. Just because it's summer, I'm going to stick with something with SPF. There's like some, if you hear a truck backing up outside, I'm sorry. I haven't used this in a really long time, so hopefully it's still good. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is like darker than I remember. All right, there's not a ton coming out. Okay, there we go. I just had to, I think a lot of it got stuck because it's separated a little bit. This product's a little bit old, I'm ashamed to say. This actually looks a little bit darker than I remember, like a little bit more yellow toned, but let's just see how it goes. It's pretty sheer, so I think in terms of shade, it's pretty forgiving. I have not used any primer. Kind of forgot about it, but I generally don't use primer anyway, so this is fine. I'm gonna try to not get it onto my white shirt. The day I'm filming this is 2 days after July 4th. It's been different this year for many, many reasons, you know, because of quarantine, because of what's happening in our country, the Black Lives Matter movement. It just feels like this year celebrating Independence Day just didn't feel right. And normally I'm not even in Boston for July 4th. I'm usually at the Cape with my friends. I have pretty much been in isolation since lockdown. I live in my studio apartment alone. I'm lucky enough that my parents live close by, that occasionally I'll go on a walk with them with our masks on. But it's definitely been challenging, definitely, especially for like my mental health. I feel like once the initial COVID anxiety wore off, it's like a whole different type of mood now. Now I feel like we are definitely stuck inside for the long term. I'm guessing at least for the remainder of the year, even though the numbers in Boston have been trending down. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna go back into the office like before 2021, if I'm being honest. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, concealer, the Nars Radiant Creamy Sealer. I do have a good amount of breakouts, mostly my fault from not having a good sleep pattern. I'm a night owl by nature, but being stuck inside all day. So I'm not as tired as I used to be during my normal bedtime hours. I stay up really late watching TV. So I just restarted Breaking Bad because I went down this YouTube Breaking Bad wormhole a few weeks ago. So I just decided to rewatch it from the beginning because I don't think I've seen it since it ended. Or yeah, when it all ended. So everything still holds up. It's definitely interesting watching it the second time around, knowing what happens, and you start to notice all these things about Walter that you realize that you should have noticed sooner. If you guys haven't seen Breaking Bad, you really should watch it. I do think it's one of the greatest television shows in history. Game of Thrones was supposed to be the next show for me that did that. Unfortunately, it didn't hold up to that standard. I'm still actually really upset talking about the final season of Game of Thrones because it wasn't very good. I'm sorry, it wasn't. I felt like they rushed it in a lot of things, especially like Daenerys' character development. I'm not really gonna go in and cover all of my pimples. I actually don't mind them sticking out a little bit. I like the natural skin look. I just use the concealer. I just use the concealer on like my dark circles and shadowy areas. I'm just gonna leave the skin at that. Here's where I have a few new products. I've actually been loving Kosas recently. Got a ton of their stuff. So I think the first thing I'm gonna start with is a cream bronzer. I actually have two of their cream like blush duos. Ooh, this one is the Tropic Equinox, as you can see. Hit pan, loved it. The highlighter shade is amazing. These are great because they have a double intensity one. So if you want either A, more pigment, or B, if you just have like a darker skin tone and you want something that will show up better on your skin. I have the Tropic Equinox in not the double intensity, just the regular one. I haven't used it since I've gotten a tan, so I don't know how it'll look. Hopefully it'll still show up. So the other one I have is the 8th Muse. This is more of a traditional like blush and highlighter combo, whereas the Tropic Equinox feels more like a bronzer and contour shade if it works for you in a highlighter combo. So I think I'm gonna use the Tropic Equinox to do a little bit of cream bronzing, and then I'll also use the powder bronzer in a bit. I'll also use the highlighter too. I'll just go right in with my fingers. These are really, really creamy. Yeah, you see it show up there. It actually looks a little bit more orange there, but it's actually quite a neutral tone, and it blends in really, really beautifully. I'll mostly be using cream products today. They're just better for summer, and I do get a little bit oily, so it's nice to have it blend in with the skin versus like if it's a powder, I feel like if I'm sweating too, it just gets a little bit cakey. We'll stick with mostly cream for today. All right, next up the highlighter. So I used up my second Glossier Halo Scope, but I think this has replaced it. I don't know if I'm going to be getting another Halo Scope. I'm trying to cut down on makeup products because, as I mentioned before, I'm not really wearing a ton of makeup these days, even though there are a ton of sales going around. I'm trying not to buy anything just because I know I won't really use it, because I did buy some stuff earlier in quarantine thinking that, oh, the quarantine will only last for like 2 weeks or a month. Once I'm out, I'll start using these products again, but it seems like now we're gonna be here for a while, even though I did order like 2 makeup products 2 days ago as we speak, but I'm trying to control myself. I do hoard my makeup, which I'm not proud of. Sometimes I like holding on to old things. It's, you know, yeah, that's just like a hoarder's mentality. Like, I like holding on to it. Maybe I'll use it someday. I'm never gonna use it again. Besides, they're old. They are not good for you to use on the skin anyway, so I need to definitely make room. See, now my skin looks like really nice and glowy, especially like on camera. I look a little bit oily, but it's like borderline oily and glowy, but I don't mind it. It's July. I feel like that's the look everyone's going for anyway. I like that. So this is one of the items that I got early in quarantine. During actually the Sephora VIB Rouge sale. That was in April. That was almost 3 months ago. It was like end of April. Man, time's flying by. I got the Ilia Multistick in the color Ladybird. It's like this nice reddish color. It's almost like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a rosy brick color, but it's definitely more on the warmer side than anything that I have in my blush collection right now. I used to have like a really red creamy blush, I think it was by YSL, that they discontinued. So I'm glad to have something like this back in my stash. This is such like a nice creamy blush to use. At least for me, it looks like I'm blushing from within. And if I apply it across the bridge of my nose, it looks like I just been out in the sun. I really like this combo right now of doing like the sort of across the face kind of thing. But it's super creamy. I'm just gonna blend it out on the cheeks first. I think there's some men yelling outside. I think I'm gonna do another layer just to layer on top of it a little bit, not the entire area, just to build it up a little bit. And it blends in really nicely with the Kosas cream blusher that I put on earlier. So I really just do like a swipe here. And just go like this to make it look like the sun burned me a little bit. I like that look, if I'm being honest. And you can always blend it out. I mean, you should blend it out. Yeah, I can go back in and add more. Okay, I've got like 4 more Kosas products that I'm gonna use. This is not an ad. I just really like their stuff. Their approach to makeup, it just feels really effortless, and you just like kind of slap it on and it's done. So I'm gonna use the 10-second eyeshadow. This is in the color Globe. This one you shake it up. I feel like this color is perfect for summer because it's got that kind of bronzy coppery shade to it. It does crease, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't mind it. I don't mind that lived-in look. You can apply it directly on the eyes, but I'm just gonna swatch it here so you can see the color. It just like catches the light really beautifully. It's really metallic-y. Yeah, it's gorgeous, and then you can blend it out. I think I'm gonna apply it directly on the eyes. I've seen people do like a liner with this. It doesn't really work for me because of the tip. It's not thin enough for me. But I've seen people do it. I just really just slap it on. I like to bring it out a little bit onto the outer corners and then on the outer under eye area. And that's really it, to be honest. That's 10-second eyeshadow. And it's just got this lovely sheen. It's not over the top. I think this swatch, because it's so concentrated, it looks like it was a lot, but once you blend it out like this, it becomes really natural. And you can see it on my eyes that it's just a nice little shimmer. I also have this Rowan eyeshadow in the Summer Disco. Do I put it on? Let's do a little bit. You rub it in, you warm it up, and it's got this like gold flecks in here and different size glitter so that it shows up. So you have this sort of like irregularity that I think is really cool because of the glitter particles, or I mean, they're not glitter, I guess. I don't know what you call it. But if you can see like this one compared to this one, it just adds more dimension to it. I'm just gonna put it on the top, focused on the center. All right, now we're talking. I am going to skip mascara because it will just melt right off once I step outside. And I'd rather not look like a raccoon when I'm outside later. But I still love the Hourglass Caution mascara. It doesn't smudge on me as much as some of the other mascaras that I've tried. I don't know what's going on outside. Sorry for the noise. Okay, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I actually kind of like the no mascara look. I think it looks a little bit more natural. I think because so many people are staying home these days and it looks more approachable and casual, I feel like that's the trend I'm gonna gravitate towards anyway, given that we're all gonna be staying inside and not really gonna be going anywhere to any big events, concerts, nothing like that. So I feel like that's gonna be the look that I'm gonna look for when I look at makeup inspiration. The thought of wearing like a full face like party look is just, it's foreign to me now. At least in the US, that's gonna be true for some time. I think we're in this for a long haul, unfortunately. So yeah, I think that's just our new reality. I have no idea what's going on outside. I think it sounds like someone's like pounding something. I have no clue. All right, brows, I'm definitely gonna do that. When I used to wear makeup, this was the bare minimum I do because I was not blessed with full eyebrows. They are very thick at the front, but there's basically no tail. They're sad brows. Nothing fancy here, just, oop, there goes the pounding again. Just a very like straight shape. I think that's what I'd still prefer. I guess like the nice thing about not having very full brows is I don't really have to worry about taking care of them. I mean, I've had to like pluck a few strays here and there, but other than that, they're not out of control. They're just doing their thing. Oh, I feel like my brows always make a world of difference once I put them on. My eye makeup, everything, it doesn't look complete until I put my eyebrows on. Then it's like, all right, we're getting there. Ooh, I almost forgot bronzer. Here's the other Kosas product. And I actually just noticed something for the very first time. I don't know why I didn't see this before. But at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. It says like made in Italy since 1982. I think you can see that. I know a lot of people complain that it doesn't have a mirror, but I don't mind it. I have a ton of mirrors in all of my other products. And I don't know if this is true, but someone mentioned that it's easier to recycle without the mirror. I really don't know. But I have a mirror in front of me. Anyway, I got the color medium. This I thought was too intense when I first put it on. So the trick is use a really light, not a dense brush, something like this. And even when this is actually the color from this bronzer, I thought it was too intense and too red. But actually, I find that because it's got a reddish undertone, much like my blush, when I put it on, it really does look like I had just been out in the sun and I got a tan, because that's my natural sort of undertone. When I get a tan, it just looks kind of reddish. I sometimes burn and then get a tan. So just lightly pick some product up, really just like a light dab. Actually brush some of it off on the back of my hand. Eyelash. So I just sweep this on the tops of my cheekbones, kind of covering, going over where the highlighter was, but hopefully not all of it. My face is a little bit sticky because of all the product. And I do like across my nose again. This in combination with the Ilia blush, that color combo, I think really just creates that effect that had really just like been out in the sun, and I got a little bit of color, which I like. So top of the forehead, I'm trying not to do it all over the place, but I'm going to do a little bit under here. Not really as a contour, but I don't know. It just feels like this is just habit at this point that I put it on my jawline. I'm going to put a little bit on the right over here under my chin. Yeah, I just look nice and tan. All right, on to lips. I typically just wear chapstick, but I think I'm going to put on a little bit of lipstick today and a little bit of lip gloss. The Ilia one you could use as lipstick. I think you can also use it on the eyes, although I haven't tried that yet. It looks really nice on lips, but I think I want something a little bit more full coverage. Again, I have two Kosas lipsticks. This is Rosewater, which I think is like their cult classic. It's really iconic. It's really close to my lip color. Really like this shade. The other one I have is Vegas, which is a nude. This is exclusive to their website, and it comes in this white case, which I think is really, really cute. I'm not going to use this one today, I think. I'm going to save it for another day, another look. I'm going to go with Rosewater, and then I'm going to use their lip gloss, their lip oil. I don't like lip gloss generally, but I actually really, really like this one. It does feel really nourishing. I got this in the shade Jellyfish. It's just like a clear lip gloss, but I'm actually kind of interested in trying their tinted lip gloss. They look really interesting, and I think it might be a nice thing to throw on for the summer. This probably is not great for wearing with a mask, but I'm gonna eat in a little bit and this will come off anyway, so we're fine. All right, Rosewater. I think this is the product, especially this shade, that got me interested into Kosas, because I saw a lot like beauty editors talk about it, and they kept talking about how this is like the perfect shade and this is always in their makeup bags. So I think I just started looking into Kosas and this is what popped up. So it just has this really nice like pinky color. It's a little bit darker than my natural lip, but I don't mind it. I think with the rest of the makeup, it doesn't compete with it. It just looks like it looks really good. It looks like I'm on vacation, which I'm not mad about because I'm not going anywhere this year. Also, I just noticed that my neck looks really pale in this. I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer, not a lot because I don't want to ruin this white shirt. That's a problem with wearing white in the summer and you wearing bronzer. It's like, you know, you're gonna ruin the shirt. But this is kind of like, this is actually like a beach dress, it's not a shirt. So I figured we'll sacrifice this one. It's okay. But I think that looks a little bit better. Maybe here. Ugh, I love that lip color so much. I feel like it's the pop in this makeup, even though everything else has been really like natural and low maintenance. I feel like the lips are popping without popping too much, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna go in directly. I like the doe foot applicator. It applies really nicely because it's pretty wide. It doesn't feel sticky. It reignited my love for lip gloss. I haven't worn lip gloss since high school, but I'm kind of thinking about it now, you know? Because I think the formula has changed over the years. It's not sticky anymore. It just feels really comfortable, like a true lip oil, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, minus the full foundation, I think I would probably wear this again. My hair is getting really long, actually. I think I want to go to get it cut again, but we'll see. Times are different now. I don't know if I'm going to get it cut anytime soon, but I want to. Yeah, this is the finished look. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I look really tan. I didn't really do anything with my hair because I never do anything with my hair. I don't remember the last time I wore eyeliner, so I'm liking this. It's like glowy and shiny and summery and bronzy and all those good words that we associate with summer. That's really it. I hope this doesn't melt off too much once I'm out in the sun. I hope you all stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.